Even now, you see the judges, they always mention that, but now they're also rewarding that, because what I brought to the Olympia was insane.
I've learned a lot over the 4 decades of health and fitness and being in the trenches with the greatest in the world. And one of those things I've learned a lot more about and how to build better muscle is nutrition and how it has changed over the decades. And that's why I have the Titan meal plan for you guys out there that are confused about nutrition. I'm gonna set you straight. Get a hold of me today. The link will be in the comments down below for you guys. Everybody, get over to the Titan meal plan, and I'll see you in the Titan crew, where I will fine tune any difficulties that you're having.
Lauralie, that we've been trying to get on here for quite a bit, and finally our schedule is actually kind of matched. So I'm so excited to have you on for the Michael Hearn Show on Generation Iron today. Hi.
Hi, thank you so much for having me on. Long overdue. I haven't seen you guys in a long time, but it's crazy how just 3 hours of difference makes the whole entire day just so different, you know? But thank you for having me on.
So true. We got to really hang out with you a couple years back and spend a little quality time at the house here. It seems like it was just yesterday, but it's been actually before the lockdown.
It's been 4 years. Well, Titan was like a few months old. So yeah, it's been 4 years. He was like 6 months old, the baby Titan. He's so big right now. I do have some pictures with you and him. You were holding him and he was just this little munchkin. Yeah, I just looked at him the other day. But yeah, 4 years.
I got to say, I still remember the visit because of the fact that we were doing some videoing that day, and we were working, we were doing all of our stuff, and you were over here being so helpful, like, because we were filming somebody else at the moment, and you were over there, like, we ate a meal and you were doing dishes and you were being so kind and cleaning up after us. And I'm like, wow, this is just a real character. Just you really showed me who you are, not just on stage, but who you are behind, the curtain, I guess you would say. The real you is a very helpful, loving person. And so I just want to say, from me to you, it was great having you over and getting to know you like that.
I know.
It was just a very productive thing. It reminded me of Mona, because Mona's the same way. It's like if I'm doing something, she doesn't just sit there and watch what's going on. She's usually doing something. And I just thought, wow, this is a great girl.
Yeah, you said she's a keeper.
I said that.
That day.
I said, that girl's a keeper.
Yeah, you said she's a keeper. I said, yes, she is.
Mona is a superhuman, but you guys are your hospitality was so great. And it's so great to connect with a human being. And that's what I'm all about. So yeah, I'm glad. I remember the pot of rice, like that stuck into my mind, Mona, like for years. I still don't know the science behind it. The fact that you have hot rice, fresh and ready to go.
Oh yeah.
It needs to be like somewhat in my house. So like once I build my house, I'm going to have like a rice station, something like that. It needs to happen. But yeah, I have great memories from that day. Same here. So
awesome. I'm happy to hear that. But you are competing, huh?
I think so.
We're weeks away now.
Days away. I know. 20 something days.
So tell us your plan right now, your diet, your training, and then the shows, these next shows for you, if you don't mind. I know the fans, besides every guy out there listening in, you're just going, oh, beautiful and a keeper. It's like incredible, but you're amazing. Your body's amazing. It's a piece of art. And you're getting ready to do a lot. The rest of this, I mean, we're in October, but you have a lot of shows coming. Talk to us. Tell us what's going on.
So, do you feel like everybody knows who I am? Like, I feel like I need to kind of introduce what I'm doing. So I'm a bikini competitor. I'm Lauralie Chapados. I've been competing at the Olympia this year is going to be my 6th year back to back at the Olympia, which is crazy to say. Like, I'm on the veteran side of things now, which is, exciting. But yeah, we're 22 days out from the Mr. Olympia. That's going to be in Orlando. And I'm excited. For now, that's my only plan. So I'm coming back from a 2 year season where I've done 14 shows, won like 6 of them, won the Arnold.
So we just finished one movie, and turned out great. I am loving it. I love the dailies that we see. On to the next project. You finish, you keep going, you keep trying to go. That's, I guess, a better way to say it. And this next movie that I have booked, this is going to take all of me. This is going to take slice to the bone, all the character development, but also I need to be able to move and grow and keep that strength through this process. You'll understand why that is after you see the movie, but keeping the strength is key when you're dieting. And so I'm going to show you how to do that on Power Bodybuilding. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you over there. Well, let's do this breakdown. In 2021, second place Miss Olympia.
Yes.
In 2022, fifth place Miss Olympia. So you're not just competing, you're in it. You're right there with it. Like you said, the Arnold Classic last year, first place, New York Pro, first place, Pittsburgh Pro, first place. Can you share some trophies, please? Holy cow. And you had an incredible year in 2021. So yeah, and again, I'm gonna at the beginning of the show is gonna talk you up a storm, but please tell us more about this next step going from 2021 so close to 2022 being in the top 5. What's the focus? What did you focus on this year to step your game up and walk with the crown?
So, to be honest with you, I think what happened in 2022 was a great, great lesson for me. So, what happened is that I came too lean, too muscular, just too much overall, which, they went with a fuller look. And that's what we've been basically working on the last year to bring obviously a fuller look. But when we say fuller, it's not fatter, right? It's like fuller at the right places, obviously. So I've been working a lot on bringing that up. And we had a test run for the Arnold, right? So basically the Arnold last year was about 8 to 10 weeks after the Olympia. So once I got off stage from the Olympia, with a 5th place, I got my feedbacks. We want you fuller. You've been too lean, too shredded, too stringy, too everything. I was like too much everything. But I was like, listen, this for me is way better than you didn't do enough, right? So like I know my capacities of like going above and beyond. And we actually went on stage with 8 pounds more at the Arnold, and I won. I actually, with the same competitors at the Olympia, and I won my second time back-to-back Miss International title. And then from that title, I took 4 months off season, went back to a very, I want to say, like I wanted to bring my body back to like the healthiest state it could be. So listening to my body with training wise, taking enough rest days, eat the food that I wanted to be like spending.
And this is during the break, right? This is that
Correct.
4-month break. Mm-hmm. And you went right in. What made you decide to do that? What were you feeling to go that light went off going, okay, I don't want to say pull back because you never really pull back. You're just starting a different phase.
Correct. I love that you say it like that because that's really what it was. It really was like, okay, now that you won the Arnold, you're qualified for the Olympia. So that win, was qualifying me for the Olympia. To do other shows, I contemplated doing the Pittsburgh Pro and the New York Pro. It's in May, but that would have required me to push again, going in prep for another 3rd years back to back, which, it's taxing on the body. We're females, like the hormones, the family, like, all these things. So I was like, listen, I need those 4 months to be extremely productive. So I went straight back to eating how my body wanted, trying to feel, my hanger hormones, like everything, doing my blood work. And once the blood work was clear and good to go, 19 weeks out, I was like, why would I keep going into my off season? Let's start doing a plan. So I started my prep actually 19 weeks out for the Olympia. And now we're, 3 weeks out, and I'm feeling great. And I'm very happy with the package, very excited with the package. I'm so glad I took that time it's a productive time off, obviously.
Yeah, right.
I had the Olympia on my mind the second that I got off stage from the Arnold.
Yeah.
And people,
she was already getting ready.
She was already ready. But I mean, that's
Mentally.
that warrior mentality, that peaceful warrior where you're like always the push, always the drive, always wanting to compete. So I love that was in the forefront of your mind, but also the point of going, I need to be healthy.
correct.
Because what I love is you're not one of these people, and I'm old school, so I saw a lot of waiting till the competitions were completely done before the health was taken care of. And I love that I'm talking to someone that is relevant in today's world, that's a woman and very young, going, no, I'm going to be healthy while I do the process. And I think that's huge.
It's humongous. I think I've entered the sport at the right time, meaning there were no Instagram around, and the access of the information was kind of little. So I told myself the way that I entered the sport, I want to leave with the same thing, meaning the same amount of hair on my head, the normal aging situation, but the same hormonal quality, like all of these things. I want to enter the sport and leave with the same thing, plus trophies, obviously. But as a woman, I take longevity such at heart, and I'm so glad that even now you see the judges, they always mention that, but now they're also rewarding that, because what I brought to the Olympia in 2022 was insane. Like,
it's that time again to get my blood work done to see where my numbers are. Again, the one big thing for me is I'm keeping track of it. It's so precise. I competed in bodybuilding and powerlifting and martial arts, but that was all over decades ago. And so how can I continue to keep this physique and be this strong at this stage? And so that is by optimizing my health with Titan Medical. It all stems from one thing: your blood work, what's going on inside of you. And that's the main thing that I'm focused about, is see how I can continue to not just be in the game. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be a weekend warrior. I don't want to say you got a dad bod. I want to be the pinnacle of the health and fitness industry decades after I competed. And I've always said this too. You got so many of these guys that were with me in the 80s and 90s, and they keep putting the pictures up from the 80s and 90s. I don't want to be that guy. I like the fact that I can still put up pictures of me today, even though I won the universe back in the 90s. That's the goal for me. I don't know what your goal is, but I can tell you this. I know you want to live, and I know you want to live your best life. And that starts with blood work. Over at Titan Medical, start today.